You've written a piece called Jack Smith's Sham Indictment Shows Biden Regime Wants to Face Trump. In it, you explain why the Biden administration wants a rematch against Donald Trump. I've got to say, Josh, many say these politically motivated indictments are in fact an attempt to keep Trump off the ballot in 2024. Tell me why you disagree.
So I see the arguments both ways. Obviously, I have chosen which way I ultimately find more compelling. If you look at the public polling in the Republican presidential primary, Rita, in late February going into March, Ron DeSantis was not a candidate yet. But at that time, the polling between a hypothetical DeSantis, Trump, and the rest of the field matchup was basically neck and neck. A lot of the polling at the time was within 5 percentage points or so. Trump really did not start to pull away to anywhere close to where he is now until after the first indictment, until that Alvin Bragg indictment in New York City dropped. And then after the second Jack Smith indictment with the classified document scandal at Mar-a-Lago, that lead only got bigger and bigger. So to me, at this point, the data is fairly clear. The data are clear that Republican voters, each and every time that there is some terrible news where the Biden regime is unjustly persecuting Trump, and I'm not, to be clear, I am not downplaying that. It is absolutely an unjust political persecution. But every time that they go ahead and whip out some new developments, Trump standing in the polls just goes up and up. In fact, I was reading a newsletter just earlier today, and they pointed out that I think it was either Trump or someone in his inner circle. I can't quite recall, but it was someone from inner circle Mar-a-Lago. They literally said that like one more indictment and we'll seal the GOP nomination. I mean, they're basically counting on it at this point, and it's kind of the world's worst kept secret at this point too. So that is my read on it, and the polling tends to back that up. If you look at Joe Biden versus Donald Trump in a lot of these swing states, it's very close. Biden is usually leading Trump by a few points in states like Arizona, Pennsylvania, Georgia, some of our swing states. Sometimes he's not, but sometimes he is. Whereas DeSantis tends to poll a lot better versus Joe Biden. He's been up by, I think, 5 to 7 points in Arizona, states like that. He's well ahead in Georgia. So the polling that we have all seen so far does indicate that Donald Trump would be the best person for Joe Biden to try to face next year. He obviously has defeated Donald Trump in 2020. It was a contested election. It was not exactly a smooth election with myriad flaws, but he is the guy sitting in the White House. And I genuinely do think that he and his Department of Justice want to face Donald Trump again. I really do.